Open world games are getting bigger, bolder, and more beautiful than ever before. With next-gen power behind them, these upcoming titles aren't just games, they're full-scale experiences. In this video, we're counting down 17 new open world games that are set to blow you away with their stunning visuals and immersive worlds. So let's get started then.
Set in the hauntingly beautiful wilderness of 1603 Ezo, modern-day Hokkaido, Ghost of Yōtei follows Atsu, a Ronin-turned vengeful spirit known as the Onryo, as she hunts the Yōtei Six, masked outlaws who destroyed her family. Developed by Sucker Punch, this standalone sequel to Ghost of Tsushima blends cinematic storytelling with open-world exploration, dynamic weather, and a refined combat system featuring dual katanas, kusarigama, and early firearms. Players can choose the order of their targets, shaping Atsu's emotional arc and gameplay path. Ghost of Yōtei launches exclusively on PlayStation 5 on October 2nd, 2025.
Oh, family.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord Saito.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
I'm sorry. It came to this, little wolf.
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that?
It means one who is easily lost in the hunt.
I have to go home. Back where all this started.
Set during the chaotic 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms era of ancient China, Where Winds Meet is a visually stunning open-world wuxia RPG that blends historical intrigue with mystical martial arts. Players step into the role of a wandering swordsman navigating political upheaval, supernatural threats, and personal discovery. The game features fluid combat with weapons like spears, dual blades, and fans, alongside techniques such as Tai Chi and acupuncture hitting. With dynamic traversal, stealth mechanics, and a living world shaped by player choices, it offers a deeply immersive experience. Where Winds Meet is set to release globally in 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and mobile platforms. Set in the war-torn continent of Pywell, Crimson Desert is an open-world action-adventure game that follows Cliff, a battle-hardened mercenary haunted by his past, as he leads the Greymanes through political chaos and supernatural threats. Developed by Pearl Abyss using the Black Space engine, the game blends cinematic storytelling with visceral combat, allowing players to wield elemental magic, engage in large-scale battles, and explore a richly detailed world teeming with dynamic events and mythical creatures. With horseback combat, environmental destruction, and a deep narrative, it promises a gritty yet fantastical experience. Crimson Desert launches in late 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and macOS.
Comrades. What I can tell you now is that this mission will restore the disrupted providence.
For those who have died, for those who have survived, and for those who will live on, this is our mission.
Set in the plague-ravaged kingdom of Vale Sangora in 14th century Europe, The Blood of Dawnwalker is a dark fantasy action RPG where you play as Cohen, a cursed half-human, half-vampire fighting to save his family within 30 days. Developed by Rebel Wolves, the game blends narrative-driven exploration with a dual-form combat system. Daylight swordplay and rune magic contrast with nocturnal, vampiric powers like Shadow Step and blood-fueled rage. Player choices shape relationships, politics, and multiple endings, while hunger mechanics and time pressure add urgency. The Blood of Dawnwalker releases in 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
Mortal Shell 2 is a standalone sequel to the cult Souls-like, expanding its brutal combat and eerie world with a more open structure and deeper customization. Players once again inhabit fallen warriors called shells, each with unique abilities and lore, but this time with enhanced freedom to explore a shattered realm filled with derelict temples, grotesque foes, and over 60 handcrafted dungeons. Combat is faster and more fluid, ditching stamina limits in favor of posture-breaking tactics and visceral finishers. With new weapons, upgrade paths, and a haunting score, it promises a darker, more intense journey. Mortal Shell 2 is set to release in 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
They worship you.
Set on a post-apocalyptic Soviet-era island, Pioneer is an open-world MMO FPS that blends survival, exploration, and faction-driven storytelling. Players take on the role of a former operative navigating a world warped by anomalies, mutants, and rival factions, where real-time day-night cycles affect enemy behavior and mission dynamics. With no traditional health bars or enemy levels, combat emphasizes realism and tactical decision-making. PvE and PvP zones coexist, offering raids, extraction missions, and faction quests that shape the island's balance of power. Pioneer is set to release in 2025 on PC and in 2026 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Set in the sprawling, surreal metropolis of Nova City, Ananta is a free-to-play, urban, open-world RPG where players become elite agents of the Anti-Chaos Directorate, unraveling paranormal mysteries and battling bizarre threats, from rogue AI to sentient toilets. Developed by Naked Rain and published by NetEase, the game blends anime-inspired visuals with fast-paced traversal, letting players swing between skyscrapers, ride transforming weapons, and explore interconnected cities teeming with life. Combat is cinematic and reactive, encouraging creative use of the environment and team-based synergy. Ananta is expected to launch in late 2025 or early 2026 on PlayStation 5, PC, iOS, and Android.
Dangers on the horizon. That you know? The thing that keeps us united. That one thing.
Get home early and game on.
Little Devil Inside is a quirky action-adventure RPG set in a surreal 19th century world, where players follow Billy, a swordsman hired by eccentric professors to investigate supernatural phenomena. Blending steampunk aesthetics with dry humor and survival-light mechanics, the game features handcrafted biomes, real-time travel, and encounters that range from monster hunts to awkward dinner parties. Players must prepare for each mission, gathering intel, managing gear, and adapting to harsh environments while facing permadeath and roguelike consequences. Little Devil Inside is expected to release on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, though no official launch date has been confirmed. Borderlands 4 catapults players to the war-ravaged planet of Kairos, where 4 new Vault Hunters rise against the tyrannical Timekeeper and his cybernetic regime. With the series' signature humor and billions of weapons, this entry introduces enhanced traversal, gliding, grappling, and double jumping, plus the deepest skill trees yet. Players can explore vast biomes solo or in co-op, tackle dynamic missions, and hijack ancient tech in open-world zones. Returning icons like Claptrap and Mad Moxie join a fresh cast in a revolution-fueled narrative. Borderlands 4 launches September 12, 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch 2.
Reporting for duty, boss.
Could it be? My savior? Oh, Vault Hunters! This will hurt!
A toast to our hero.
Why should you get to be free? All you do is destroy. We lead a strike team to the fortress, and then we make him pay.
Set in a gritty, ever-evolving 14th century Europe, Chronicles Medieval is a sprawling sandbox RPG where players forge their legacy from humble beginnings, be it as a mercenary, noble, merchant, or outlaw. Developed by Raw Power Games, the title blends third-person melee combat, grand strategy, and dynamic world events like plagues and famines that reshape the political landscape. With historically grounded warfare, castle building, diplomacy, and large-scale battles, players can command armies, manage resources, and shape their destiny in a living world. Chronicles Medieval enters early access on PC via Steam in 2026, with console versions planned for a later date.
The sword. Prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
Set in a post-apocalyptic Japan in the year 4026, Beast of Reincarnation is a single-player action RPG from Game Freak, known for the Pokemon series. Players embody Emma the Sealer, a cursed warrior with plant-based powers, and her loyal dog companion Ku, as they battle corrupted beasts and unravel the mystery behind a blighted world. The game features technical, combo-driven combat, environmental traversal, and a haunting narrative inspired by Studio Ghibli's darker tales. With a focus on emotional storytelling and reactive gameplay, it marks Game Freak's boldest departure yet. Beast of Reincarnation launches in 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
Set in a gothic, Victorian-inspired world, the Duskbloods is a PvPvE action RPG from Software, where up to 8 players embody vampiric warriors called Bloodsworn. Each character has unique weapons, blood-based abilities, and a customizable blood history that shapes their role in dynamic multiplayer hunts. Players battle each other and terrifying NPCs to claim the coveted First Blood, while navigating shifting objectives, summoning companions, and surviving event-driven chaos. With jetpacks, firearms, and steampunk aesthetics, it's a bold fusion of Bloodborne's horror and Elden Ring scale. The Duskbloods launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026.
To humanity's very dusk.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon-to-depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood. Will flow for one, and one alone.
Set on a new alien ocean world, Subnautica 2 expands the beloved survival series with its most ambitious entry yet. Developed by Unknown Worlds, the game introduces 4-player co-op, new biomes, and terrifying leviathans in a handcrafted underwater realm. Players must scavenge, craft, and survive while uncovering the secrets of a submerged civilization, all while managing oxygen, pressure, and the eerie silence of the deep. With enhanced visuals via Unreal Engine 5 and a modular base building system, it promises both beauty and dread in equal measure. Subnautica 2 enters early access in 2025 on PC, Steam Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S. Ark 2 is a third-person, open-world survival game that builds on its predecessor with Souls-like melee combat, dynamic world events, and a deeper narrative starring Vin Diesel as Santiago. Set on an alien planet after the events of Genesis Part 2, players must tame dinosaurs, battle hostile Aratai, and navigate a world shaped by player choices and evolving threats. Featuring parkour traversal, modular crafting, and cross-platform mod support, the game emphasizes primitive weaponry and immersive storytelling. Arc 2 is expected to release in 2025 on Xbox Series X and S and PC as a launch exclusive with day one access via Xbox Game Pass.
Lights out, old friend.
Set years after The Witcher 3, The Witcher 4 places players in the boots of Ciri, now a full-fledged Witcher of the newly founded Lynx School. Set in a darker, more fractured continent, the game explores Ciri's struggle to balance her monstrous powers with the moral weight of her choices. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it promises a more reactive world, brutal combat, and a branching narrative shaped by player decisions. With new monsters, factions, and a deeper alchemy system, CD Projekt Red aims to evolve the series while honoring its roots. The Witcher 4 is expected to launch in 2027 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Set in the neon-soaked state of Leonida, GTA 6 follows dual protagonists Lucia and Jason as they navigate crime, chaos, and a volatile underworld in a modern-day reimagining of Vice City. Rockstar's most ambitious title yet, it features a massive open world with dynamic weather, evolving NPC behavior, and a revamped wanted system where police tactics escalate realistically. Players can expect seamless character switching, viral in-game social media, and a narrative shaped by choices and consequences. With cutting-edge visuals powered by Rockstar's new Rage engine, GTA 6 launches May 26, 2026 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I think you heard before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shot, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this, we're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Like,
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Say my city, baby! My city!
Come to Bill's Ammunition today. We got more guns than a law allows.
Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Atomic Heart 2 returns players to its retro-futuristic Soviet nightmare, now expanded to a global scale where robotic uprisings and societal collapse threaten humanity's last strongholds. Developed by Mundfish in Unreal Engine 5, the sequel deepens its RPG mechanics with dual-wielding combat, letting players combine glove-based powers and firearms in real time, and introduces non-linear exploration, branching quests, and morally complex choices. Familiar faces from the original return alongside new allies and enemies as players confront the consequences of AI gone rogue across diverse geopolitical zones. Atomic Heart 2 is slated for release in 2026 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
And that wraps up our list of 17 upcoming open-world games with next-gen graphics. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming content, and let me know in the comments which game you're most excited for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.